Good afternoon, everyone. In today's lecture, we'll explore a question that has unsettled many in advertising. Will artificial intelligence eventually replace human content strategists? First, let's define our terms. A content strategist plans, creates, and manages the messages a brand sends across blogs, social platforms, emails, and video. Their job is not simply writing. It involves understanding audiences, mapping customer journeys, aligning campaigns with company goals, and measuring whether content delivers results. Now, generative AI has rapidly entered this field. Modern systems can draft blog posts, suggest headlines, summarize long reports, and even generate product descriptions in seconds. They can also analyze huge data sets, identifying which audience segments are most likely to engage with specific messages. That kind of analysis once took weeks. Some marketing teams already use AI to personalize emails. The software adjusts subject lines, images, and even prices, depending on each subscriber's browsing history. Because of these capabilities, several industry surveys suggest that routine writing tasks are the most vulnerable to automation in the coming decade. However, replacement is not the same as automation. Let me explain the difference, because students often confuse these terms when they discuss the future of work. Automation refers to delegating repetitive tasks. Replacement implies that an entire profession becomes unnecessary. These are very different outcomes, and the evidence so far supports automation. Why? Because content strategy depends on judgment that AI still struggles to imitate. Consider brand voice, the consistent personality that distinguishes one company from a competitor. Brand voice emerges from values, history, and the emotional relationship a company builds with its audience. I can mimic tone, but it lacks lived experience to invent it. Another limitation is cultural nuance. A joke that resonates in one country may offend in another. Skilled human strategists catch these problems before a campaign goes live. Ethics is a third area where humans remain essential. Marketers must decide which data to collect, how to disclose AI involvement, and how to avoid manipulating vulnerable audiences. These are not technical questions. They are value judgments. And a responsible organization wants accountable people making them, not algorithms. What we are likely to see, therefore, is a hybrid model. AI handles first drafts, data analysis, and routine personalization. Humans handle strategy, ethics, and creative direction. In practical terms, this changes what employers want. Junior writers who only produce basic copy face shrinking demand. Strategists who can guide AI tools, however, are increasingly valuable. For those of you planning a career in marketing, I would recommend developing 3 abilities. First, learn to evaluate AI output critically rather than accepting it uncritically. Second, deepen your understanding of consumer psychology and storytelling, since these remain difficult for machines. Third, stay literate in data. You will be expected to interpret metrics. To summarize, the question is not whether AI will replace strategists. The more productive question is which parts of the role will shift and how professionals will adapt.